Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Amani. I'm a certified paralegal. I'm here to do a brief introduction of my second black-owned business that I established here in Antioch, California. The name of my business that I created is Paralegal Nation. For those who don't know, I am a certified paralegal. I also have my own black-owned paralegal firm based out of Antioch, California. My paralegal firm specializes in expunging criminal records in the state of California, and also we just transitioned to expunge criminal records in the state of Georgia. This brief video is pretty much, I'm going to talk about the benefits of having an expunged record because I get a lot of emails and a lot of questions on my YouTube page, which is under Paralegal Nation, my TikTok page, which is under Paralegal Nation, and my personal Instagram page, Mr.Armani1985. And the number one question that I get is, what is the benefit of having an expunged record? Because a lot of people have records that's 10, 15, 20 years ago. And some people are like, you know what, it's been 10, 15, 20 years. I didn't live my life. I haven't ran into law enforcement or anything like that. So what is the benefit? Like, why should I go gung-ho on trying to get my record expunged now? So let's break down what are the benefits of having a criminal expunged record, especially when you come and be a client of my paralegal firm. The number one benefit of having a criminal expunged record is you have better job opportunities. We're gonna go with that one. The reason why you will be able to acquire better jobs when having a criminal expunged record is because you're now breaking the barrier. And what that means is, instead of getting out of jail or having a felony or a misdemeanor on your record, and you're only applying for a felony friendly or misdemeanor friendly jobs, which consist of some warehouse jobs or some jobs that's under the table or are considered they pay you lower wage than a lot of top tier jobs. When you have an expunged record, you now qualify for better housing, better job opportunities. I'm keep going number one and number two. You have better employment opportunities. You don't have to go to felony friendly or misdemeanor friendly jobs anymore. You don't have to click yes on the box when they ask you if you have a felony or a misdemeanor, to where you don't have to just have that. You don't have to be in that box that a lot of people want to put you in. And to me, that's not fair. I don't believe in a person should be able to only qualify for felony friendly or misdemeanor friendly jobs. I believe that if you meet the qualifications for a job, you should apply. If you have the will, the drive, and the ambition to get this job, you should apply. I don't believe that the court system or the judicial system should say, hey, you only qualify for felony friendly jobs or misdemeanor friendly jobs. Once you get your record expunged, especially coming to my paralegal firm, we are going to delete all misdemeanors and felonies, the ones that you qualify for, off your record, and we're going to break that barrier of only putting you in position to qualify for only misdemeanor or felony friendly jobs. Now, the second the second benefit of having an expunged criminal record in the state of California, and pretty much in all 50 states, is you have better education opportunities. What that means is there are some grants and there are some loans out there that you don't qualify for. For example, for FAFSA, they ask you, were you arrested for drug offenses? And some drug offenses, you don't qualify for certain grants or certain financial aid assistance. But when you get your record expunged, you now qualify for better education opportunities. The doors open up for more grants, more loans, and more free money for you to go achieve your educational goal. For example, there are some people that want to get into the culinary field or in the real estate field. There are some people that want to get into certain fields that require a background. We're gonna go into that one later, but they can't go to these particular educational institutions because once they get enrolled or they graduate, they won't be able to qualify for that particular job or career because they have that felony on your record. Well, when you come to Paralegal Nation, we're going to expunge your criminal record and we're going to put you in position to acquire whatever education that you want to qualify for. We're going to break that barrier as well. I believe in education to the fullest. I believe that any person even if they committed a crime or not, should be able to acquire whatever education they want to qualify for. They should be able to go to any school that they qualify for. They should be able to get any associate's degree, certification, bachelor's degree, master's degree that they qualify for. And I don't believe that a felony or misdemeanor should hinder you for that. So since they're very, very nitpicky on that, come to my paralegal firm. We're going to expunge your criminal record, and we're going to make sure that whatever institution that you want to qualify for, you're going to qualify for. We're not going to put you in that box. You're not going to be put in that box anymore. You're not going to be denied any grants, any loans, or any type of funding to fund your education. That's the second benefit. The third benefit is it removes the stigma of having a criminal record. And the reason why this is a major benefit is because there's a lot of people that walked in these courtrooms and been denied bail and been denied getting released on their own recognizance because they've been labeled as a high risk, or they've been labeled as a threat to the community. And that can hinder your self-esteem. It can kill your self-esteem. It can make you feel kind of bad because you know you're not a flight risk, you know you're not a threat to the community, but the district attorney in the courts is deeming you as that, and that can kill your self-esteem in and out of jail. So when you get your record expunged, it's going to clear that stigma. It's going to get that monkey off your back. You know what? I am not a threat to the society. I am not a flight risk. So once you have your record expunged, it's going to remove that stigma. It's going to remove that self-doubt. It's going to remove any type of low self-esteem that you once had. Again, get in contact with Paralegal Nation, a Black-owned paralegal firm that specializes in expunging criminal records, and we'll help you remove that stigma out of your system. The fourth benefit of having a criminal expunged record is you have better housing opportunities. If you look at 90% of me conducting research, 90% of a lot of the property management companies and a lot of these apartment complexes, they conduct a background check. And what that means is they get in contact with public records to see if you committed a felony or a misdemeanor. Well, if you have a felony or misdemeanor on your record, 9 times out of 10, they are going to deny you from having housing. They also conduct a credit check and reference check and all that stuff as well. But one of the major, how can I say this? One of the major background check companies that a lot of these property management companies and landlords use, a lot of people don't know this, they use this company called Better NOI. That's one of them. Number two, they use TransUnion and Equifax. They have a background check service, and they have like 10 different background check services that a lot of these property management and a lot of these landlords use to conduct a background check when it comes to running a background check on their potential tenants. So when you have your record expunged, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to be released from that felony and misdemeanor, and you're going to potentially qualify for better housing opportunities. Now let's go with the next option. That the next benefit of having a criminal expunged record is it gives you the opportunity to start and expand your family. Let's say you want to move out of the ghetto, or you want to move to better neighborhoods that actually conduct a background check or conduct a credit check. You, instead of you just putting yourself in a bubble of only qualifying for Section 8 or low income housing where they don't conduct a background check, or you only going to apply for certain housing in certain neighborhoods because they more lenient against people that has a felony or misdemeanor. And 9 times out of 10, and not to be judgmental, a lot of these places that are lenient towards felonies and misdemeanors, majority of them in neighborhoods where it's rampant with drugs and high crime rates. So instead of you just saying, since I got this felony, I'm only going to qualify to stay in the hood or qualify to stay, in this neighborhood where there's a lot of drugs and, a lot of gun and crime activity, you can say, I don't have no felony or misdemeanor anymore. It got expunged. If I want to go live in the suburbs, I want to live in the suburbs. I want to live in Beverly Hills, I'm going to live in Beverly Hills. If I want to live in the upper echelon neighborhood, I don't have no felony or misdemeanor no more because it got expunged. I'm going to go there and I'm going to raise my family in a better environment. Well, we all know that in better environments, they have better schooling. They got better, of course, you got different type of neighbors. You got the low crime rate. You got, safer streets, low crime. You have a lot of better opportunities living in, areas where the crime rate is really low. Well, how do you qualify for those type of neighborhoods? Well, you have to adhere to their background check policies and their credit check policies, etc. Well, when you have an expunged record, you can now go to these neighborhoods with the low crime rate, the better education, etc. And let's go over The next benefit of having an expunged record, you qualify for public assistance. For those who are on some type of GA or some type of welfare or other public assistance, majority of them, sometimes they do background checks, and they and certain felonies or misdemeanors disqualify you from to being able to qualify for certain public assistance. And that can hinder you because a lot of people, they need food stamps. Look at the economy, look at the inflation. A lot of people need housing. A lot of people need these type of assistance where, they need a little push to get them on the right track. But certain felonies and misdemeanors did disqualify you from having public assistance. Well, when you come to Paralegal Nation, we'll help you get rid of those felonies and misdemeanors to where you can qualify for public assistance, where you can get that little extra boost of SNAP or extra boost of Medicare or extra boost of other public assistance where once you didn't qualify for. Now, the next benefit of having an expunged criminal record is you have lower premiums on your insurance. There are some insurance, and this is from firsthand experience, there are some life insurances that will disqualify you for being convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor, or you've been to prison, or if you currently on probation or parole. And the reason why a lot of these insurance companies are disqualifying people who has been convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor is because you're considered a high risk. Now, you got to think business first. In your eyes, you'd be like, why am I getting denied life insurance? Because what if I die and I don't have life insurance and this company denied me because I have a felony? Well, let me give it to you like this. You're considered a high risk. Insurance companies, and you can call and you can check this out for yourself. A lot of insurance companies look at a person that's been convicted of a felony as a high risk because they look at like, okay, well, if he committed a felony or a misdemeanor, or if he have certain crimes on his record, he's more susceptible to going back to jail where he might lose his life, or he's more susceptible from living in a neighborhood where the high crime rate. And insurance companies ain't gonna want to cover you when you are high risk, because then you got to think business first. Just like a person that has suspended license, you think insurance companies going to cover you? No, because you consider it a high risk. Same thing with people being on probation or parole. When it comes to being on some type of insurance, you're considered a high risk. They look at like, okay, if he's on probation or parole, he could potentially go back to jail and not pay his premium. He can lose his life and not pay his premium, and that's a risk that a lot of insurance companies don't want to take. Another benefit of having a criminal expunged record is you can make a difference in your community. Once you get an expunged record, you now can sit on jury trials. Now you can now be an advocate for people that that are troubled. You can be an advocate for people that having drug and alcohol having drug and alcohol issues. So you can actually take that expunged record and use it as a testimony and say, hey, you look, I was in jail for this, I was in jail for that. Now I changed my life. I got my record expunged. Look at Judge Mathis, for example. He went to jail as a kid, and then now he's sitting on the bench making millions of dollars. So he's making a good impact in this community. Look at someone like me. I had my dealings. Now I got my own paralegal firm, and I'm helping people expunge their records. I'm helping people get better housing, better employment opportunities. I'm helping people obtain business and professional license. Speaking of business and professional license, the next benefit of having an expunged criminal record is you get to qualify for more business and professional license. Now, in the state of California, which I am currently living in, if you want to get any type of business and professional license, you go through this place called the DCA. That means the Department of Consumer Affairs. So if you want to get a license in any type of real estate or any type of in a medical field, or even your guard card or anything like that, you go to the DCA, Department of Consumer Affairs, and you have to pass their background check in order for them to give you a license. So for all those out there that want to get into real estate, if you got a felony or misdemeanor, come to me. I get your record expunged, get your license. Those who want to get into the medical field that can't, contact me, get your record expunged. Now you're in the medical field. For those who want to be a security guard, for part-time work or full-time work, contact me. I expunge your record. Now you can become a security guard. Those who want to get into plumbing, electrician, any type of business and professional license that conducts a background check, even those who want to get their license or their import and export license or their car dealer license, they have to do a background check. Also, for those who want to be a car salesman, you got to conduct a background check. So when you have an expunged criminal record, you now qualify to obtain your business and professional license. So if you or any of your family members are being victimized by the things that I just mentioned when it comes to you having a felony or a misdemeanor that don't qualify for nothing, contact me on my social media page, Instagram, Mr.Amani1985, or you can contact me on Paralegal Nation on TikTok or on YouTube. You guys have a nice afternoon.